An update on what they're doing in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. They are plowing up the ground, they are putting up the 2x4s, and they are getting ready to open a new amusement park there in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. And they're going to call it Dollywood, after Dolly Parton. And good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Jane.
I take it you aren't hammering in any nails yourself, so they could spare you to be with us this morning.
Well, that's true. I went up not long ago when they filmed all the stuff, and they put some on camera and took some stills as if I was really working on the construction part of it, but I'm real excited about it.
Oh, we'll buy anything. Pigeon Forge, is that the name of a real place, or they make that up?
No, that's a real place. It's a little area. It's the area where I was born and raised, up in the Smokies. I was born on the Little Pigeon River, so Pigeon Forge is a small town. It's in Sevier County, which is, like I say, where I was born and raised with a bunch of other brothers and sisters. So now everybody in the family's getting all excited about Dollywood, and especially...
How many miles from the site of what is to be known as Dollywood were you raised?
About 8 miles. On up in the woods, and the park is really in a beautiful location. Have you ever been to the Smoky?
I know Smoky Mountain, sure.
Yeah, it's like the most visited national park in the United States. There's about 9 or 10 million people every year that come into that area.
And they got to do something but look at the scenery.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things to do up there. We have a lot of, it's really a commercial place now, but it's a beautiful place. Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Sevierville, it's all in Sevier County there, and it's a beautiful part of the country.
In fact, Dollywood is simply a name change and then some for an amusement park that already existed, right?
Yes, there was a place there for many years called Silver Dollar City. At one time it was Gold Rush Junction, and before that it was Rebel Railroad, so there has been a park in that area for quite a few years, and I had for about 12 years wanted to do something, go back home and start an amusement park so we could preserve the Smoky Mountain heritage, something that we could have to really have people come and see what real country life is like rather than the Hollywood version of what hillbillies are, all stupid and barefoot and all that. But also in that area, because so many tourists come through, I thought it would be a wonderful way to go back home, because I've always been so proud of that area and proud of the people. There's wonderful people
Which came first, the idea for an amusement park or the name Dollywood?
The idea for the amusement park came first. I got the idea for Dollywood because I've always had a kick and always joked and laughed with different people in Hollywood. When the Hollywood sign, when I first started going to Hollywood, I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could some way change that D, the H to a D for a day, so it'd be like Dollywood. I wonder how long it would take somebody to notice. And then I thought it would be a clever idea for a park.
This is a real business venture for you. What are you a businesswoman in addition to your entertainment ventures?
Well, I like the business end of things. I like to think so, but this is something that's very personal to me. I've really enjoyed working with the people that owned the park before, Jack and Pete Hershen and their families are really wonderful, clean people, and Ted Miller, who's the guy that has run the park there for many years. And it was really a wonderful thing. Since I wanted to do a park, it would have probably taken me several years to have pulled that whole thing together, because we'd had to start it from the ground up. So we had a park that's already set up that was basically what I wanted to accomplish with my park anyway. And in the winter, they've been doing construction. They've added about $5.5 million of new rides, new shops, new restaurants, and cleaned the whole grounds up and added some additional things that we're very excited about.
Now, there's some new things that you might not find at Disneyland. For instance, what might be on the menu there at Aunt Granny's? And who is this Aunt Granny, anyway? Well,
Aunt Granny is the name of a restaurant there. It serves only country food, a lot of my favorite foods. And when I first moved to Nashville, as I mentioned before, I'm from a family of 12 kids, and there's 8 kids younger than me. And when I first moved to Nashville, I took several of my brothers and sisters to live with me. And so when they married and started having children, their children, which were actually my nieces and nephews, they didn't know what to call me because I seem more like a grandma than an aunt. So I said, "Why don't you
believe
just
that
call
for a
me
minute, but all right.
Aunt Granny."
Aunt Granny.
So that's where they all call me Aunt Granny, and they always like my cooking, and I'm like my own mom. I love to cook. And
so what kind of things on the menu? And
country food. We have things like blackberry cobbler. We have, of course, things like beans and potatoes, turnip greens, and fried okra. All the things that are fattening, that are terrible for you, but terribly good.
Speaking of that, you haven't been too shy about talking about the fact that you had a major birthday not long ago. How is it
being
up there?
Up there? Well, you'll find out soon. Yeah. I turned 40 in January, on January the 19th, which I was really looking forward to that. Not that I waited around to just turn 40, but since I was turning 40 anyway, I had a real good attitude about it, because I feel like when you do turn 40, you can't ride the fence anymore. You got to get on one side or the other. You got to wise up about some things. And I've been real proud of the accomplishments that I've had in my life, and I'm pretty content with myself. So I thought, well, my life is just starting. It really is true that life begins at 40. So I started trying to lose weight. I've been, working, and because it's all right to turn 40, but I didn't want to be fat in 40.
Yeah.
And I've been
well, you're not. You're terrific. Look
I've
fabulous.
lost quite a bit of weight, but I'm working at it.
Yeah, no eating at that Aunt Granny's kitchen.
No, but 40 is not bad.
Good luck to you. We'll see you on the opening day, May 6th.
Thank you very much.
All right.
May 3rd.
May 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, then too. We'll be back after a station break.